Wolbach, your friendly public adjuster. I want to talk to you today about shopping around for insurance. Most people don't do that. Although they do quite a bit of shopping in other areas, but for some reason when it comes to homeowners insurance, and probably along the lines of automobile as well, but I'm only focusing on homeowners, they don't do it. They don't look and try to compare rates back and forth. Or when they do, a lot of times what they end up is looking at just what is the bottom line? What is that low? Who's going to give me the lowest premium? And while we are all conscious of spending our money, what we're going to pay for the goods and services that we receive, we need to keep in mind that paying the lowest price is not always the best deal. Getting a low price on something where your coverage is minimal, or you have tons of deductibles, and perhaps half of what you were hoping would be covered has so many stipulations and conditions that it will almost be impossible to ever file a claim and actually be paid fairly on it because of the lack of coverage that you have. Now, that was a mouthful what I just said. What am I talking about? I'm talking about a situation where you have certain coverage for the different perils that cause damage to your property. So you're covered for the 16 perils, plus you have what's known as an all-risk or all-peril policy. So that's very inclusive, right? That is all-encompassing. Sounds wonderful. Sometimes there are policies that are called that, but they truly aren't that. They still are a specific named peril policy. Now, what does that mean, named peril policy? That means that a specific peril, when that causes damage, when that occurs, if it's contained within your policy, you would have a level of coverage. Now, just to what level, we don't know. That's another. First of all, do we have coverage on it? Okay, once we determine that, yes, it is covered within the policy, now we need to find out to what level, to what extent is that covered in the policy. It's not easy. It's not simple. Nobody ever said it was. But the point that we wanted to make to you is that paying the lowest bottom line dollar can sometimes be extremely, did you get that? Extremely detrimental to you as far as protecting your home. Of course, we need to compare. You need to be able to look at different policies and see what this gives you and what this gives you, and what happens with the roof, and what do we look at for our deductibles? How many deductibles do we have? All these things come into play. Is it ACV versus RCV? What the heck are you talking about, Steve? Well, these are different issues. These are different points that are found within a policy, and it's different levels of coverage. There's where I come in. I can come and take a look at the policy and see and explain to you exactly, line by line item, what this is covering you for. Do you have sewer and water backup? Have you endorsed your sump pump? What else happens all the time? I mean, there's so many different issues. Where do you begin? Do we have replacement costs? Or are we going to deal with actual cash value? It's a big difference between the two. If you ever suffer a significant loss between actual cash value or replacement cost, it can be tens of thousands of dollars difference. You're either to the good or you're out. When a public adjuster looks at your policy, we can take the raw form and explain it to you so that you understand where you're lacking, where's a strong point. Perhaps your policy is absolutely perfect for you. We wouldn't want to change it. Unfortunately, you as the homeowner don't know that. The only way you could possibly know is if you've had training in this field, or that your agent has sat down and legitimately gone through it with you and has made sure that it has the different levels of protection. And that is not the norm. That does not typically happen. It can happen with somebody like me, Stevewolbach, your friendly public adjuster. We'll take a look at the policy, I'll go over it, and we'll make sure if it's missing something, I point it out to you. I don't sell insurance. You hear in so many of my videos, I'm always saying, I don't sell insurance. That's the other guys. What I do is, I will look at the policy, explain it to you, break it down to you what your coverage is, and advise you, are there any changes necessary? Or do we want to hold? I no more cards. I'm good right here. Right? What's that? That's 21, or is that poker? I don't know. It could be a couple of those. Point is, we're here to help you. We're here to advise you and to make sure that you are properly protected. So give me a call. Stevewolbach, your friendly public adjuster. Hey, I can only advise you, it doesn't cost a cent. You can't beat that either. I like those rates, huh? If you liked what you heard, would you give me one of these? If you would you please share this with others? Perhaps you have a relative, a co-worker, neighbor across the street. This will fit perfectly for them. We're here to help. It's the beginning of the new year. It's 2019. It's I guess somewhat of an exciting time. You know, we just came off of a year that had, I think I heard reports as much as 64 inches of water accumulated over the period of time. That's a lot of rain. That's over 5 feet of water, isn't it? That's bad news. That's also caused a lot of damage. How many people lost out on that because you didn't have proper coverage? Well, now we're into the colder season where we're going to have ice and snow to deal with. How many people are going to lose out here? Talk to somebody. If you don't want to talk to me, talk to another public adjuster. There's a few more out there. I'm not the only one by any means. I'm the friendliest, but maybe you don't want a friendly guy. Maybe you want a gal. Maybe you want to talk to a public adjuster that's a woman. That's fine. I can't help you there. But the bottom line is, talk to somebody, get some advice, and move forward. Properly protect your investment. That's what this is all about. Guys, thank you very much for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. Have yourselves a great day. God bless you.